September 8 na yung sulat. Yes, September 9, hindi na ako yung chairman.
Even assuming that he was still chairman, wala ka na violate eh.
Hindi nga.
May nag-intervene nga na
Ang sinasabi ko lang, halimbawa, kung hindi na ako, ikaw na, kinusulta ka ba? Yun ang gusto ko lang. No? Hindi yung speaker, mas gusto ko kung ikaw ang kinusulta. Ako mo. Hindi kasi ako yung...
Ang contempt stance, hindi naman
kasama yung
may
contempt.
nag-intervene lang.
Hindi na yung contempt ang pinag-usapan. Yung pag-gusto dito kasi gusto natin dito siya. Ngayon, hinirap siya. Pumayag naman tayo. Pero ang kanyang condition na binigay, solely yung immediate.
That was before the intervening event. Wala pa yung request nun.
September 8 yung ano eh. September 8 ang sulat. Kaya nga, pero yung condition mo September 8. Kaya nga. Sabi, ibalik nyo dito in the Senate, hindi sa PNP. Pero kinonsulta nga, halimbawa, ikaw na nga nun bro. Kinonsulta ba, chairman ng Pulito? Yun lang naman. Oo, hindi nga. Ang kinonsulta kasi yung speaker eh. Dapat
walang kinukonsulta ako. Ako. Walang kinukonsulta.
hindi nga nag-request nga si speaker. Di ba sabi mo? Kaya nga. Hindi mo, dapat naman lang sana may konsulta. Pero mag-approval ko na. Yan ang sinasabi. Naintindihan ko yun. Pero yung consultation is important because yung Senate custody nandito, at yun ang condition na binigay ninyo. But that was the condition that you gave. Senate.
Condition.
Pero nung ibinapalit na
Legal and physical.
sa focus yung pipili. Ano gusto mo?
Yun naman ang tama eh. Hindi ba? Sabi ko hindi na kailangan ng motion dahil sa sulat mo, ibabalik natin immediately. Immediately.
Paano po tayo may kailangan nila? O gusto mo,
Diba kung paano tayo mga kailangan sa kanila? As far as we are concerned, kung ano yung...
Si JP Mendoza, kukunin natin eh. Si JP Mendoza, nasa motion, hiramin natin.
Pero hindi natin siguro kukunin ang custody sa kanila din. Hindi natin kukunin.
Kaya merienda muna tayo.
Well, I believe that if anyone should be investigated, the first person to be investigated is House Speaker Martin Romualdez.
Why, sir? Why? Bakit po?
Because he's now Speaker.
And do you think there is ba kayong personal knowledge about his involvement in any of the anomalous projects or any of the projects?
I have some personal knowledge.
Can you elaborate, sir?
I will not be elaborating that yet. But I'd like for Speaker Romualdez to be speaking in the... I'd like Speaker Romualdez to also be involved in the DPWH hearings.
So, ibig sabihin, sir, hindi nyo naman talaga sinusuportahan yung speakership ni Speaker Martin. Napilitan lang kayong iboto siya dahil NUP pa kayo noon. Tama po ba?
Yes, that's correct.
Pero now, you're not supporting him anymore, kaya nagbili kayo as AML.
Yes, I'll now be an independent candidate, or I might be a minority candidate. I'll be an independent candidate or a member of the minority if the leader of the minority would allow me.
Sir, to clarify lang, you're saying na involved po si Speaker Martin Romualdez sa mga anomal yung flood control projects, may hand siya dito.
I'm saying that it's very unlikely for the speaker to have no involvement in such a large issue.
Sir, you're talking about the alleged insertions or yung mga kickback, alleged commissions?
I mean, everything's under the speaker.
Paano niyo nasabi, sir? Ano yung nalalaman niyo pwede i-share?
Well, nothing yet.
Pero kung may
You
gusto
have
kayo...
evidence, sir, that na involvement po si Speaker? You have evidence, you have proof?
Would me possessing evidence make a difference? If the speaker were to have evidence presented against him in the DPWH hearing, would anything happen to him or would he still walk away free with a warning?
Pero sir, kung may gusto kayong suportahan sa pagka-speaker ngayon, since tumiwalag na kayo sa NUP, sino na yung gusto niyo maging speaker?
No one comes to mind yet. Pero kung pwede ang neophyte, Kiko Barzaga. Eh, joke lang, joke lang. I have no interest in being speakers. Masyadong busy yung schedule nun.
Will you be delivering a privileged speech regarding dito sa allegations niya about speakers involvement sa
I actually planned on delivering a privileged speech, but I was not allowed by the majority office due to some problems with the speech I presented. Hindi kasi I'm not allowed to name, baka ma-ethics committee daw ako, so I prefer not to.
But that's a privileged speech.
Hindi kasi ang sabi ko, it's not really a question of personal privilege since it refers to a party matter. So, parang hindi na, ang ginawa ko na lang is I just posted it online so that everyone, especially my party mates in my district would know what has transpired. Yes. But my district is still 100% NUP. The vice mayor, the councilors, and the mayor is still
That's
NUP.
what's holding you back.
Hmm?
That's what's holding you back.
Well, we might not know.
Sir, sa House Infracom, mag-volunteer ba kayo mga salita?
Hmm?
House Infracom, since related sa flood control, sabi niyo.
No, because see, this is what's going to happen. No matter what form of evidence we show to the public, there's gonna be no results. It will be the same no matter what. That's the sort of justice system we have in our country.
How do you say so, sir, bakit di nyo i-try? Malay mo kayo mag-start.
Well, do you believe that I should be trying that? Then I'll take that consideration. But right now, I don't believe that justice can be found within the DPWH hearings. And I don't think that any of the big players or the big beneficiaries of any of any stolen funds will be facing justice.
Sir, are you coordinating with Congressman Toby Chanko regarding the anomaly sa budget insertions?
No, I don't really know Toby Chanko. I don't really know Toby Chanko that much.
Sino sir mga nakakausap mo?
Random lang kung sino lang yung mga mahilig sa pusa.
Wala naman kumausap sa inyo, sir, about replacing the speaker from district na nag-resign na kayo.
Well, I only heard about it last night that I apparently was plotting to replace the speaker, but I had no involvement in that. Everything that I've done until last night was for the benefit of my party.
For kanino daw ba yung speaker? For kanino?
No,
For sino daw yung narinig mo?
someone within my party stated that I was collecting signatures to remove the speaker.
I-replace him kanino? Sino?
Rated under RTC. So magpapaalam tayo sa RTC kung pwede nating hiramin. So nagpaalam sila sa atin kung pwede natin nila hiramin yung witness. Kasi insulto po sa atin yung sabihin may mangyayari sa kanya dito. Unang-una po, 24 tayo na lahat independent. Sinabi na rin po ng Senate President na ginagalang natin na independent ang Senate. Never naman po nagkaroon ng problema dito. ZTE, Pangulo pa. I remember dito, muntik kaming maghablutan if Senator Lacson remembers with former Congressman Andaya, with our other witnesses, with Secretary Neri. Di ba, parang may PSG pa atang pumasok, whatever, no? But we were able to handle it well and come to a conclusion. My point, Mr. President, is this. What if the reverse happens now? What if we borrow a witness from the House? Is that the new rule now? Na PNP custodial na? Or makikiusap tayo pabalik sa House? Because I don't think we should change rules without doing it either in caucus as a group. But I see the wisdom, Mr. President, of your immediate action. I'm not questioning your immediate action, Mr. President. I'm just asking, moving forward, shouldn't we keep the old rule na kung sino may custody, yun ang mag-keep nung custody niya, Mr. President?
Yes, and that is the decision that the presiding officer made last night. Indeed, you are right. He is in our custody. Now, what we did yesterday was what we call parliamentary courtesy in accepting the proposal that he be not returned here, but still under the care of the Senate. Now, in the issue of, let's say, keeping it here, or the previous tradition that the Senate may cite in contempt anyone and keep him here. we have also placed a witness to Muntinlupa, if you will recall.
Yes.
We also even sent somebody to the Pasay City Jail. So I don't see any reason why we cannot commit this particular fellow to the PNP Custodial Center. But then again, I will leave it to the decision of the body. That was my decision last night. But if there is something that is a new decision that you would want, I will throw it to the body.
Mr. President, I respect your decision, and I will tell you if I don't. I have always been honest and told you what I thought, no? And I do agree that certain decisions have to be made right away by the Senate President at that point. And you do not want a constitutional crisis or ayaw natin mag-agawan ng witness sa gitna ng and perception is important. Kung nakipag-agawan po kayo o tayo kagabi, it would appear na baka may katotohanan yung sinabi about senators kaya pinipilit natin dito. The problem is, meron din kasing perception tuloy that by not having him back here, baka nga totoong ini-impluwensya natin. But from my point of view, from my limited point of view at this point in time, when he was here, no one was talking to him from the Senate panel. But according to Senator Marcoleta, he got information that the witness was being asked to single out senators there. So only God knows if Senator Jinggoy is the good one or the better one. Only God knows the totality of accusations against Brother Joel. But what do I know? I know na si Brother Joel, 2016 pa lang, 2017, when I left the Senate to go to the DFA, speech na ng speech to tungkol sa flood control eh. Even President Duterte had a speech na ang problema ko, DPWH. Never tinago ni ni President Duterte. Nandun yun po, nasa Facebook, nasa TikTok na sinasabi niya, baka may ghost project pa. 2022, to be fair to our new chairman of the committee on the Blue Ribbon Committee and the Senate President, you weren't here at that time, but I'm sure you monitored it. Tinuturo naman ni Secretary Bonoan kung bakit nagkaganon yung budget at ba't suddenly lumaki na naman yung budget. No? So the point is, Mr. President, perception here matters. Tomorrow ba or the next day, we will announce, I think Malacanang has already said they will announce a independent commission. The minority has not discussed whether we will support it or not. Personally, I support it. But just like Ferdinand Marcos Sr., he always asked the opposition for one member. Kasi kahit gaano ka-independent ang members niyan, kahit anong integrity niyan, tao pa rin yan eh. Pwedeng may agenda pa rin yung mga yan. So we will discuss in the minority. For example, kung maglalagay sila doon, do they commit? Hindi sila tatakbo for national office in 2028. Baka may integrity nga. Gagamitin naman yung commission to run in 2028. Will they sign also that wala silang conflict of interest? Because some of the credible people now being interviewed are part of conglomerates and are working for oligarchs that also have their interests, maybe not in infrastructure, but on other things. So ang point ko, Mr. President, na-disrupt yung sistema ng corruption, which is good. Pero ang ginagawa pabalik ng mga corrupt, dinidisrupt din tayo eh. Dinidisrupt din yung mga nag-imbestiga. That's why yesterday, I'm happy we have a consensus, the majority and minority, that we should continue our hearings. Iba yung sa House. I mean, wala tayong pakialam doon. If we agree with it or not, nasa sa kanila yon. Kung nag-iimbento sila o totoo sinasabi nila, yan ang sistema eh. Democracy is messy. Tayo po dito, respetuhin din nila. Kung may problema sa miyembro natin, 24 naman po tayo. We call out each other and we find a way to still have coffee or merienda together in the lounge. Sometimes not for 1 week because we're upset at each other. But that's the system, Mr. President. So again, Mr. President, I support, I acknowledge your right and the wisdom of deciding that last night. But personally, I don't know my companions in the minority. Personally, labanan ngayon ng perception. Tutuloy ba yung mga hearings? Sino ba ipapatawag? Kakampihan ba natin mga senador? Porque kapwa senador yon. Pwede ba magsalita yung iba? Kasi dati siyang DPWH. Kasi dati siyang speaker. Dati siyang all of this will be there, Mr. President. No? If only we could have the speeches of Senator Lacson in like yesterday in such an orderly manner. But hindi po ganun pagka pag nandiyan na yung mga witnesses eh. Ang katotohanan po nun, kung 10 yung witness, unless we have 1 witness at a time, pero kung 10 ang witness, 10 ang senador, you cannot stop any senator kung sino tatanungin niya doon, Mr. President, di ba? So yun po ang problema lang, that since this involves high-ranking people and the PNP is not under the Senate, it creates another perception who controls who. But thank you for informing us that TUSAA is there and they're looking at that. No? But Mr. President, sa akin lang po, kung babaguhin yung rule, so I acknowledge you're not changing the rule. You made a decision and is throwing it back. But kung babaguhin yung rule, I think we have to discuss it thoroughly. Because nga, masyadong mabigat yung accusation nung DE ba? Assistant DE na takot siya dito or whatever. Kasi Mr. President, ang dami na natin naging witness dito kung sino-sino inaccuse kapwa senador eh. Never naman. I think when I was Blue Ribbon Chair, I just remember si Jun Losada natulog pa sa couch sa opisina ko. Sa baba, I think I only visited 1 witness once. Otherwise, hindi eh. So, anyway, Mr. President, thank you for your patience in hearing us out. But may I defer to the chairperson now of the committee.
Yes, before Senator Ping Lacson is recognized.
Thank you,
before
Mr. President. With all due respect to the distinguished minority leader, there's what we call legal custody and physical custody. Lawyers know this, Mr. President. As long as the Senate retains the legal custody over the person of Bryce Hernandez, the physical custody is of no moment, Mr. President. Whenever we need him, we'll just direct the PNP Custodial Center to deliver him here. And if the House of Representatives will be needing him, they will have to ask our permission. They cannot go direct to the PNP and tell them to bring the person of Bryce Hernandez to the House of Representatives. And this is not a new rule, Mr. President. We have committed Alvin Balag to the Pasay City Jail. We have committed persons cited in contempt by the Senate in other detention centers. We're not changing the rules, Mr. President. So that's my manifestation, Mr. President.
Yeah. Minority Leader, go ahead.
Tama po si Senator Lacson na may legal at physical custody. Pero it's always the committee and the Senate who decides the physical custody. So in the case na sinabi yung Pasay City Jail, it was the decision of Senator Dick Gordon and the committee na doon ilagay. In fact, ayaw nila eh. Yung mga kinulong doon, gusto nga dito. In this case, it is the witness, Assistant DE, saying, wag niyo akong dalhin doon, tapos siya yung nasunod. So the issue here is not only the physical and the legal custody. The issue also is the integrity of the Senate, the perception that if we don't have him here, lahat na lang ng witnesses sasabihin, wag tayo doon. Paano kung wala rin silang tiwala sa PNP? Wag sa PNP, lilipat natin sa NBI. The peculiarity of this case is that it wasn't the House, nor the Senate, nor the PNP, nor the intelligence community making the request. It was the witness.
I beg to disagree. It was Speaker Martin Romualdez who was asking me.
Yes,
I
Mr.
did not
President.
talk to the witness. I did not hear him say. It was only
Mr.
Speaker
President,
Martin.
it was live in the hearing. Bago siya magsalita, sinabi niya, pwede ba, mga congressman, wag niyo akong ibabalik sa Senate dahil may mga, hindi ako safe, may mga senador doon. Ang sabi ng congressman, magsalita ka muna. Meaning condition pa nila, magsalita ka, saka na. That's why I think, in fairness to the Speaker, no? I don't think this is his personal
I don't think
wishes.
he was also present.
Yeah,
in much the same way as I did not hear that.
Let me clarify
particular-
that, Mr. President. I
Yes.
don't think it's his personal request. I think he was conveying it as Speaker to this chamber in the same manner na pag may request kami sa House, either the Majority Leader or the Senate President will request it. But hindi naman po alam ng tao na ang request ay formal eh. And again, hindi ko na question yung kagabi. But all over the news and live, yun po ang lumalabas. Yung witness ang nagdidikta na wag niyo ako ibalik sa Senate. Ano ba experience niya dito? Ano ba ang ginawa natin sa kanya? Di ba?
Wag siyang ibalik sa Senate for detention. Pero
Yes.
we will never allow that he not be brought here back when
Agree,
you need
Mr.
it.
President,
As a
but
matter of fact, if you move for for him to be returned here, we will return him right away.
Agree, Mr. President. Ang problema kasi he gives the impression na pag dito, mapre-pressure or may kakausap sa kanya. Yun yung impression ngayon eh. Which I think is unfair to all of us. I'd love for him to name senators here para ma-confront natin na siya. But anyway, Mr. President,
Yes,
I think we
okay.
vented I don't know the pleasure of my colleagues. No, may I yield to
okay.
Senator
So
Marcoleta?
just to ventilate more on what the minority leader was saying, let me just place on record so that the public will know. You know, we have Section 6C of the rules of the Blue Ribbon Committee. It's very clear. It says a witness cited in contempt may be ordered to be detained in such place as may be designated by the committee alone or with the concurrence of the Senate President. Or either.
Just on the rules, we've done this already in the past, and we have not deviated from the rules. But if our good colleagues would like to discuss this further, maybe in a caucus, after the speeches, we could have a caucus and discuss, Mr. President, if we want him back here or we would keep him in the PNP Custodial Center.
Yes,
so that we can continue with the debates.
We'll continue with that. But before I recognize Senator De La Rosa or Senator Marcoleta, again, for the concern of the minority leader, the People's or the Independent Commission that is being created, we leave it up to the executive.
Senior, there were independent commissions. And the opposition, and we are the new opposition here,
Yes.
advocated that. But I am studying your bill and I thank you for filing it, Mr.
We
President.
can